Alrighty. Hello, everyone. Welcome in to another episode of the Full Set Half Mass Podcast, episode 140 on this fine Tuesday evening. Man, this weekend, NASCAR at Bristol, the last great Coliseum, man. Great entertainment, great action. We'll talk about the cup race and the tire wear that I didn't see coming. The end of that race was pretty damn thrilling. We'll break that down with you guys here tonight, as well as a little bit of the ARCA and Truck Series. We got a different championship contender surfacing there in the Truck Series. We'll see how that works out. The Xfinity Series, another race there, and then the ARCA Series, another ARCA shenanigan race we'll talk about as well tonight. Some minor news I want to talk about here at the beginning, as well as our driver and bonehead of the week segments that we do every week. We'll go over the playoff grid for the Truck, Xfinity, and Cup. I think it'd be kind of cool to look at that, considering we're jumping into the second round of the NASCAR Cup Series playoffs. Xfinity's off this weekend, but their opener for the playoffs was this weekend at Bristol. And then also the Truck Series going into the final race of the round at New Hampshire this weekend. So we'll talk about that and see what kind of the outlooks for the point standings going into this weekend's races or going into the championship fight moving forward, as well as previews for this weekend's Truck Series and Cup Series at New Hampshire. F1's back at Baku, and we have a little bit of ARCA action as well. I'll give you all of my previews and predictions, my favorites and dark horses, as well as notable entries in those races this weekend, as well as NASCAR Fantasy to round it off here at the end. Maybe we could take a look at the NASCAR Fantasy standings and see where everybody lies. Maybe we'll talk about that here with you guys a little bit tonight, but it should be fun. So buckle in. Let's have some fun here tonight and talk about some good old-fashioned racing. First off, though, I do want to start off with a little bit of news. Teo Pourchaire is going to be racing in the 9X8 for Peugeot in 2026. Interesting news. I always thought Teo Pourchaire has an interesting story arc. If you guys have been following any motorsports, particularly over the last couple of years, Teo Pourchaire, Formula 2 champion, then didn't have an opportunity in F1, moved over to Super Formula and ran there for a while, dabbled in some sports car stuff. Then he came over to IndyCar and raced in that debacle Arrow McLaren number 6 car for like 5 or 6 races. Kind of got ran out, got completely hated on by the entire country of Argentina and Juncos Hollinger and that whole debacle with Colapinto. Uh, just a bunch of shenanigans there. Ends up leaving, going back to run some supercars or some sports car racing. And now he's going to be making a full effort back in the World Dirt Championship with the 9X8 hypercar with Peugeot. I'm excited to see what happens with him. I mean, this guy is probably the most forgotten driver through the Formula platform or Formula route over the past 3 or 4 years. We'll see how he can adapt to these sports cars and see if he brings some success. Peugeot's shown a lot of speed this year, guys. They've had some great runs. Even last year, you look at a couple of the runs that they had. What was it, Qatar last year, where they were up in a podium position, end up getting that penalty at the end because they ran out of fuel. We'll see if maybe Teo Pourchaire brings some life to this program. I would love to see this program win. They add the wing to the car. They've done a bunch of different things, different paint schemes. I got the 9X8 back there. Right. Let's see if we can line it up right there on the shelf. I would like to see them do well, especially with Teo Pourchaire. I think he's got a lot of talent, and like I said, one of the most forgotten drivers in the Formula ladder over the last couple of years. Also, big news, man. Max Verstappen is going to be running in a GT4 car at the Nordschleife. Man, I'm excited. This is racing fans. This is what we want to see. We want to see Max Verstappen racing different things around the world, showing his talents and abilities. He's trying to get a max license there for the Nordschleife. We'll see if he can accomplish that. I would put him as like a favorite. I mean, me and Tom talked about it. I don't know, maybe a couple weeks ago. We're like, man, this guy could probably run the whole damn race by himself. I mean, if he runs a 24-hour race there, he should be in the car for 22 of the hours. I mean, he's just that good. He's the best driver in the world. He showed it again in the last Grand Prix in Formula One at at Monza, excuse me. Showing. Am I good? Am I good? Froze for a second. I think we're all right. I think we're all right now. Don't know what just happened, but we're good now. But yeah, him running in that Red Bull car in Formula One that's just not that good. And here he is getting performance and speed out of it. I mean, he dominated Monza. He was up by like 20 seconds. And that's a track where having fast car is kind of the route or the pathway to victory. And we know how good McLaren is, and he put that Red Bull on his back and just carried it to victory, which was absolutely insane. Set a world a record speed at Monza for the fastest Grand Prix, set fastest lap times, qualified pole. I mean, he just dominated the weekend. Now we're gonna get to see him in a GT4 car. He does a lot of iRacing with GT4 cars, GT3 cars. He ran a lot of the iRacing official events. I would love. I'm just excited as a race fan. I want to see Max Verstappen do stuff like this. I would love to see him try other things outside of it, like IndyCar in particular. I think that'd be badass if he did that. Running hypercars, even trying to run like the 24-hour Le Mans. And again, like I say, the motorsport schedule's messed up with the way that the premier events all kind of contradict with all the different championships around the world. I don't like that. I think Indianapolis should be its own weekend. There should be no other major racing events going on during Indianapolis. Same with the Monaco Grand Prix. Same with the 24-hour Le Mans, the Rolex 24. Uh, pick an event. I mean, you know what I mean? Like there shouldn't be like Daytona 500. Like all these events that are big around the world should have their own individual weekends where there's no other conflicting championships running on those like 5, 6 specific big motorsports events of the year. Because Max Verstappen would have an opportunity to go run some of these. Alex Palou. I mean, name a driver would have the opportunity to go and run all these different marquee events, marquee races, and be able to try to win all these big races and have the opportunity not to conflict with the championship. Also, I do want to end this podcast or this news segment of the podcast off with a rumor. We posted on the Discord. Haley Deegan make a return to NASCAR. It's just a rumor. I don't think it's gonna happen. But let's just put this into perspective, right? Ran a full year as a rookie in the India NXT, which you can't expect much, right? You don't judge rookies by their performance, but her effort this year was just absolutely pathetic. We talked about it multiple times on this podcast throughout the year. The one thing that all of the experts, armchair race car drivers, armchair racing analysis, you know what I mean. Saying, "Oh, she's got the ovals on Indy NXT. She's an oval driver. She's gonna do good." Well, she got absolute tail kicked in on ovals, and it's not like she's driving for a bad team. She's driving for HMD, which is pretty much like the premier team in the Indy NXT. Maybe Andretti a little bit better this year, specifically with their driver lineup they had. But I mean, she's racing for like a top tier team and did not adapt well to IndyCar, Indy NXT at all. I mean, there's literally no route for her to make it to IndyCar. Her really only chance was to go out and score good in the point standings, maybe get an extension for a second year, and then after your second year, you've got to compete for the championship. You got to compete for race wins. If you're in Indy NXT for 3+ years, I mean, that doesn't happen very often. That's not a route to success in IndyCar. We see that a lot with other drivers where it's just they kind of phase out and they're done. I mean, you got a short window to succeed. It's not like Xfinity in NASCAR where you could just stay chilling for a while. Say like our F2 is the same way as in NXT. You get a couple of year opportunity window, and if it don't pan out, you're done. You go find something else to do. Go drive sports cars if you're in the Formula One ladder, the IndyCar ladder. That's kind of usually the route out. But with her not succeeding as a rookie year, HMD is now downsizing. We don't know if she's going to get an extension. Rumors are NASCAR. I mean, if this was a male driver in this situation or this scenario, we see it all the time, the career would be done. It would be done. I mean, the Haley Deegan fans aren't even around the internet anymore. They're in hiding. I don't know where they're at. It's kind of ridiculous. She's got no prospects, no future in any major motorsport. Even if she does make a return to NASCAR, what are the expectations? To be honest, she's gonna go back to Truck Series, ARCA. She gonna get an Xfinity ride? Is it gonna be a good one? Probably not. Um, I think we can cap this off as the end of the Haley Deegan era in NASCAR, the end of the Haley or the D Gang experiment that never panned out, never worked out. And in 10 years from now, we'll forget she was even a driver in NASCAR. We'll forget that she even had a run in NASCAR, even a run in any type of top tier motorsport. Her EDNXT career will be forgotten, to never be heard of again. Her route forward from here would probably be working at the local go kart track. Stay mad. That's what I say. Stay mad. Oh man. I don't know. I guess you guys can leave your thoughts below in the comments if you guys have watched this far. Let me know what you guys think of Haley Deegan's career as a whole, and if it continues forward, where do you see her racing in 2026? Do you see her racing in 2026? I'm curious to see what you guys think. If there is any Haley Deegan fans still ringing around, and if you think I'm a chauvinist for my comments, then leave that in the comments below. Because name me one male driver that would be in that position that she's had the last 5 years and would still be relevant. Doesn't happen. Doesn't happen. Alrighty, let's talk about the races this weekend. Let's start with the ARCA series, the Bush Best 200. But me and Tom talk about all the year, every year when this race comes around. This is like the ARCA series Daytona 500. This is like the Super Bowl of the ARCA series. Full field. It was an East-West or an East and National Series companion event. Brent Cruz, dominant win. I mean, absolutely dominant. I thought Brandon Queen would have something for him, but Brent Cruz was just on another level in this race. I mean, he is top notch talent. I'm excited to see what he could do here in the future. We did have some incidents. Let's talk about Takuma Koga. This could be a nominee for Bonehead of the Week. Going down the front straightaway, ends up self clearing himself. I don't know if there was a spotter. I don't know if he was not listening and paying attention and just kind of self cleared himself. Uh, Ends up wrecking himself. Good wreck avoidance in that wreck, by the way. Usually we talk about the ARCA breaks all the time and people just running into each other. We didn't see any in that in this situation or the scenario. So good job by the field to avoid any conflict or contact there. Uh, Bobby Dale Earnhardt, which is Jeffrey Earnhardt's brother, if I'm guessing, had an abysmal race. It's kind of funny the meme that kind of came from that because it was like Bobby Dale Earnhardt wreck it again. The broadcasters. I mean, he had a rough race. I thought I'd mention that. Let's talk about Cletus. Cletus, man, what a terrible race by Cletus in this whole thing. I mean, I know going into it, his whole goal was just to kind of get experience and learn and stay out of the way, which he did a good job doing that. He didn't want to race really too hard because he had that crash clause on his deal with the ARCA race this weekend, where if he had any damage, he would have to pay X amount of money on his crash clause. So he didn't really want to have any incidents there. Well, he ended up having a tire go down and ends up getting in the wall. Super unfortunate in that Red Jones racing machine. He's gonna have to pay the crash clause on that, I'm sure. What does this mean for Cletus moving forward? I have no idea. As long as people keep picking him up sponsorship money wise, he'll be able to keep picking up these type of one-off ARCA races. Um, I didn't expect much from Cletus. I just thought it'd be a cool storyline to see him run decent enough there at Bristol, and I think it went the tire went down. I think it was like 4 or 5 laps down. Really non-factor. Um, it looked like he learned a lot though. Some of the onboard footage of him, it looked like he was picking it up pretty quick. I mean, obviously he didn't have the pace or the speed, but that's just lack of experience. But it seemed like he was doing a lot of the right things. He didn't cause any carnage or chaos for the leaders up front. Didn't have any incidents where he was kind of in the way. Showed a lot of respect to the leaders. So you like the little victories inside of that performance. But it was unfortunate. Tire going down, end up losing multiple laps. It was pretty heads up on his part because when he hit the wall after the tire went down, he was able to. I don't know if his spotter was telling him that or if he was aware of where he was on the track, and he was able to cut back down pit road without any causing any incident. No caution or anything came out. So um, just things like that just show that there is some potential. There is some speed there. There is a little bit of racer in him. It'll be interesting to see if he gets any more one-offs. Especially like if we go back to some of them super speedways, if he gets some faster cars or gets a little bit better luck, especially at Daytona when excuse me, when he had all that bad luck piled up against him, got involved in so many different wrecks and didn't really get a chance. We'll see. And then Talladega obviously had the engine issues and wasn't able to run towards the front of the field. We'll see if he can get some of those super speedway events next year. Maybe he can improve on some of his finishes. Maybe he gets another Bristol opportunity. I'd like to see him maybe try a dirt race next year. I think that'd be interesting. We'll see what the future holds for Cletus, but I don't think he'll be racing for the rest of the year. Uh, but it was fun. It's good. It's good to have somebody to cheer for. He's flying like a bald eagle. you know, it's just a cool storyline. Um, yeah, Brent Cruz, like I said, dominant win. Uh, really kind of every time he runs in these ARCA races this year, it's him versus Brennan Queen every week. And this week he had the best of them. I think he led just about every damn lap in this race. He was just unbelievably fast. Put most of the field a lap down. We had some Andy J had an incident in this race, which kind of stinks. There's a few different things in this race. I do want to talk about Laney Bice. Uh, I don't know, man. I don't really see a lot of the talent. Dell Jr.'s been had her on his podcast. Some of the races I've watched in the Cars Tour this year, she would have pace qualify up front and it makes some silly mistakes. She kind of did that in this race too. Lost a lot of track position, never really recovered. So it'd be interesting to see what happens with that whole scenario moving forward. And on that cue, we have somebody else joining the podcast tonight. Let me fix the cameras. He is arriving on style or in style. That's Tom. Let's see. Let me make sure my headset's on. We'll unmute him off here. And perfect. Alrighty. Let's move on to the truck race. I'm waiting for Tom to kind of shuffle in here. Probably working out some of his issues. I think he's on the road again. On the road again. Like Willie Nelson. Truck Series, the UNOH 200. Jake Garcia won stage one. I think it was a good performance, and especially for ThorSport, as we've seen them kind of make a surge here at the end of the season. Jake Garcia, one of those fringe guys in the playoffs. We'll talk about the championship standings here in a little bit in regards to Truck Series, but he won stage one. Then he ended up having a tire issue there in the second stage. Lewis lost a lot of track position. We'll see. He didn't get a good enough result. I feel like he's probably going to be in one of them must-win situations, or at least one of them really high productive points days. I can hear you now.
Oh.
What's up?
All right, that's what I'm talking. Sorry, I'm a little late. Sorry.
No,
I'm
you're
here
fine.
though.
You're fine.
I'm here.
We're just talking about the Truck Series race. The one incident I do want to talk about the Truck Series race was Caden Honeycutt. This was in stage 2. Ends up running over Tyler Ankrum. Tyler Ankrum was on the outside. Caden Honeycutt was on the inside. Honeycutt was running the outside. They kind of merged back up on the straightaway. And Ankrum was going to take the top side, take the bottom away from Honeycutt. And then Honeycutt, instead of just shooting to the bottom, just decided to run right over the back of Tyler Ankrum. And this was for like P3. I don't understand what Caden Honeycutt was doing in this situation, man. I really don't get it. I thought I was watching it live. I was completely confused because I thought he was going to shoot to the bottom. And we saw with the PJ1 that they put on the track at Bristol, how dominant the bottom was in the Truck Series. Well, not super dominant, but enough where like you could run to the inside, stay side by side, slow the guy down on the top, maybe continue to inch by inch, as we see at Bristol anymore, where you inch by inch back forward. I just don't understand why you would commit to the outside and run over Ankrum. That will be an nominee for Bonehead of the Week, as we got Takuma Koga in the ARCA Series race, self-cleared himself, which was pretty entertaining as well. Let's see. That final restart, the final stage, Corey Heim dominates this race, right? Then we have this guy Butcher, who runs for Halmar, stays out on that final run and takes the inside. Corey Heim takes the inside behind him, which made no sense to me. And Riggs took the outside. Riggs ends up taking the lead and just sets sail and wins the race. I mean, I feel like Riggs wasn't as good as Heim. I think Heim was probably the best truck. It was pretty close, but then Heim fell back. He ended up making up like 4 or 5 positions on that long green flag run, and I think he finished third behind Majeski and Riggs. But man, Lane Riggs finally gets a win. I mean, we've been saying it. Let's Heim's championship to lose, and now it feels like the Lane Riggs is gaining some traction, some momentum here. I don't know what to expect moving forward. Do you think Riggs can do it, man? I mean, obviously you can in a one race scenario, but it felt like he was in a one race must win situation this race after what happened at Darlington. He ends up clutching it, and now he's got a breathing room going into the final race of the round.
Um, wait, didn't he do this last year? Like,
Yeah,
didn't he just like fiercely turn up at the end of the season?
yeah. And unfortunately, he wasn't in the playoffs to show it, but now this year
Yeah.
he is, and he's turning up at the right time. And we're going to a track this weekend, which I feel like favors him at New Hampshire. Even though it's the last race of the round, there's still an opportunity to gain more playoff points, more stage points, and secure yourself kind of firmly into that championship four. But now it's looking like it's feeling like it's going to be a 2-3 man battle for the championship because even Ty Majeski had a good run here at Bristol. We could look at the standings here in a second. We talked about eliminations coming up here this weekend at New Hampshire, but um, I mean Heim looks beatable right now for the first time all season long.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy to think about, isn't it?
It is pretty nuts. It is really nuts. I mean, we're going into this is the final race of the round. We're gonna cut two drivers. Jake Garcia, he's 14 back. Chandler Smith's 24 back. Raja Cruz, comfortable 14 up. Caden Honeycutt 18 up. I feel like Ankram's fine with 29. Amfinger's with 29 up. Majeski and Reddit or Hemrick are both pretty far up in the standings.
Yeah, I
Um,
think
yeah,
basically what your only two guarantees, I would say most likely guarantees are Daniel Hemrick and Ty Majeski.
right.
And then because you could still lose a lot of points in a race weekend. Grant Enfinger, Tyler Ankrum, yeah, although sitting pretty, it's still not safe. Caden, obviously not safe. Raja, not safe. Jake Garcia is out. Chandler Smith is out at the moment. Chandler Smith's got some work to do, man.
Well, he's one of those guys I could see winning this weekend in New Hampshire. I mean, front row, they've been super good on these flat, short-ish tracks. I feel like that's a dark horse to win this weekend. The only one, I mean, I'm looking at Caden Honeycutt and Rajah Caruth, and they're both kind of in the same boat. They're both really fast, but they are super inconsistent. Like 1 week,
Yep.
they'll be right up at the front of the field, looking like they're going to be a championship contender. Next 3 weeks, you forget they're even on track. And
Yeah.
if that happens this weekend with the 18 and 14 point gap, I think they could be cooked. I mean, Jake Garcia, I think he's cooked. I mean, ThorSport has had a surge recently, but the mistakes, man. That team just keeps making mistake after mistake. They had it this weekend. They had a really fast truck, looked like they're going to contend for the win, and then they end up having tire issues. Missed the strategy completely. So it's like, I don't know. The one I feel like the dark horse, and you're gonna say this too, is Grant Enfinger. I mean, if that team gets hot, that team can make a run at the championship like they did last year. But they've been
Yeah.
really not near as fast as they were last year. I don't know what happened.
No. In comparative to last year, I mean they're cold dog water right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. But I mean, I don't know. I think it's a three-man championship fight right now. I mean, Corey Heim, Lane Riggs kind of set themselves apart, but then you got Majeski, champion last year. He's been fast the last 5-6 weeks. We'll see if they can put it together. ThorSport making a surge late in the season. We'll see. We'll see. Going into the final round this weekend, or the final race of this first round this weekend. We'll see how it all plays out. Alrighty. Let's talk about the Xfinity Series race. First thing I do want to talk about, let's talk about Corey Day. I say it all the time, right? I think I'm a big fan of Corey Day. I like what he could do behind the wheel of a sprint car is phenomenal. Probably one of the top 5 talents in America behind the wheel of a sprint car. Um, I don't know what he's doing, man, with this NASCAR stuff, dude. He's just not going to pan out. That move, he's running side by side with Jesse Love, pinches him down, but tries to make it 3 wide under a lap car at the same time. Makes contact, loses control, and ends up spinning himself out. I mean, it's just things like that I just like. Is it lack of patience? Is it racecraft in these longer races? I mean, is it raw talent that's not honed yet? Like, it feels like if you're gonna transition to this, it's like you have it or you don't. And I feel like he's one of those guys that are on that side of they don't have it. Like we saw it with Tanner Thorson, we saw it with Rico Abreu, we saw it with Brad Sweet. Those are like 3 guys that are like really good on that spectrum of racing, and they come to NASCAR and they just never really hit that that switch, you know. And we've seen the opposite with like Christopher Bell, Kyle Larson, where they were able to adapt and win lots of races and move forward. Do we see like do you put him more on that end of the spectrum, or like which end are you looking here with Corey Day, and how do you feel about the scenario?
Uh, it was a well worth experiment, I think, because potentially could have had a better Kyle Larson, but I think now I think the experiment has played its course, and it was cool. I think it was cool to have some representation from the dirt oval side in America, but um, I don't know. I don't know. At this point, it's almost just a guaranteed caution for every race that he goes to. I mean, am I wrong?
No, no, not at all.
Like, yeah.
Nah, it's super disappointing. I really wanted to see it work out. I mean, you could see the talent's there. I mean, I've seen him in person just ripping a 410 sprint car, man. He's freaking wicked fast, man. They got a lot of talent. Just, it sucks. It just sucks. I would like to see this whole thing pan out. We'll see what happens moving forward. Hendrick could probably have a little bit of a leash on him, but probably a lot tighter than it was earlier. We'll see if he gets more opportunities in trucks and Xfinity this year and see if he can continue to improve. But I think you're right. I think it might have ran its course. We'll see what 2026 holds. Allgaier and Zilich will sweep the stages, which is no shock to me. It looks like those two are probably your championship favorites so far, minus the Phoenix championship race, which is so unpredictable. Daniel Dye. We had a good, fun Daniel Dye conversation this weekend, but he ends up absolutely proving us right by running out of absolute talent this weekend and spinning around. And again, great job by the field. No ARCA break moment in that situation. Like there was a good break awareness there, but come on, man. I'm not buying the whole Daniel High hype train. I'm not
I
buying
mean,
it.
who does? I mean, really? I mean, we do know one who does. They buy the Daniel Dye hype train, but seriously, like who else? Who's on that train?
He's only
I feel
known
like we're
for
talking about the deep state here. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Oh man. He's only known for two things: punching some dude at his prom in the nuts, and then being the crash onboard cam for the truck series for 2 straight years. Oh man.
Joke.
It's bad. We did have a wreck there between late in the race, right? So we saw Zilich and we saw Sheldon Creed specifically. Both took tires there with like 20 laps ago when they had a late race caution. Creed ended up making it through that entire kind of shuffle back up to P2. We'll talk about that more here in a second. But then again, like Jeb Burton and on older tires squeezed into the wall or kind of tagged the wall down the straightaway. They bounced off of Taylor Gray, sent him around, and Harrison Burton gets involved at the bottom. Miraculously, none of those cars got tore up, and no more ARCA break scenarios than that one too. But it's like, how many? It feels like when we talked about Jeb Burton, like what was it, maybe 6 months ago, Tom? What was our big thing about Jeb Burton? He never tears up race cars. You rarely remember he's on the racetrack because he just brings home top 12 results like they're going out of style and clean. And then ever since we've said that, it seems like one every 3 races, he's the spotlight of some wreck, running over somebody. I mean, did we jinx him, man? Did we give him the Dega Boys jinx, dude?
I think what's happening is since his recent speak outs against NASCAR, they're plotting against him. This is some deep state stuff here, brother.
This is some in-depth NASCAR stuff. Yeah, that's what I want to talk about later, too. Don't let me forget. I want to talk about the... actually, I'll just write it down there on the bonus or extras. I do want to talk about the NASCAR monopolizing. We talked about that this week, and I want to talk about that here on this podcast. We'll talk about that here in a little bit. Alrighty. Eric Almirola hangs on to win. Sheldon Creed gave a valiant fight, but P2 again, man. This guy is like Mr. P2, bro. Like, he's never gonna win. I mean, I feel like if he had like 2 more laps, he was gonna win that race. I mean, he was so much faster. He made a big dive there at the end, trying to get underneath. Wasn't able to basically get off the corner and get past Almirola, but damn, dude. Sheldon Creed, man. P2 again.
Rip.
Oh man, they should just change his number to Deuce, number 2 again. Like, remember when he used to be in the 2 car? That
Yeah.
was so fitting, man. It's just that's who he is, dude. All right, we'll take a look at the standings after the first race. We do have an off weekend this weekend for the Xfinity Series. There's still 2 races left in the first round of the playoffs. Zilich, massive gap. Allgaier, pretty massive gap. Mayer's got a pretty good gap too at 35. But then it gets interesting. Nick Sanchez, he's 3 back. Jesse Love, surprisingly, he's 3 back. Austin Hill, 16 back. That wrecking people and getting all those points taken away has really come back to bite him in the ass, huh? And then Sammy Smith, 24 back. I think the big notes here, dude, look at Harrison Burton. 9 points up above the cut line after this weekend. He had another top 10 performance. Sheldon Creed +7, which is shocking after his performance. Brandon Jones kind of sleeping in there. Carson Quapple kind of in there sleeping. Taylor Gray. It's going to be interesting, man. We got Charlotte Roval's a cutoff race. Man, I don't know, dude. Like, it feels like we got 3 guys pretty much set themselves up pretty fine for this championship fight. Sam Mayer kind of fringe. But it's like, who's going to be that 4th guy to make it to Phoenix, man? I don't know. I couldn't pick one out of these people right now. I couldn't.
Who would be your dream pick?
I mean, I feel like, Nick Sanchez, Jesse Love, I feel like are kind of on that same level. It's like, if one of those 2 guys can get hot, dude, I could see either one of them making the championship 4. That's kind of a dark horse shout out for Nick Sanchez, but damn, dude, he's shown a lot of speed this year. He's had glimpses, some speed. I think he could do it. Wapple, dude, it's just like too many mistakes, too many wrecks. I would like to see Creed make it though. I think that would be the best scenario, dude. I don't know, man. That'd be dope to see Creed make it just to finish second in the championship.
I think the best one, in my opinion, would be the 25. Just to show the amount of progress that you can have just by changing the driver.
Oh, man. I wouldn't count him out either, though, because if you remember last year, what was it, Riley Herbst with the Haas Factor team end up dominating that Phoenix race? If we see Sam Mayer, Sheldon Creed, or Harrison Burton, any of those 3 drivers in that championship 4, it'd be hard to not pick one of those 3 to be the championship favorite going into that race, man. Ford's faster. Yeah, we'll see how that plays out. Because they swept the championship last year. No, they didn't, because Allgaier won the championship. But they swept all 3 races, with Herbst winning the race, and then Majeski winning the championship, and then obviously with Logano winning the championship. Be interesting. We'll see how it plays out with the Xfinity Series. But I'm just gonna go out on a limb here, Tom. I think Connor Zilich makes the Final 4.
Oh my God! Yeah, of course.
Oh man.
I wonder what the odds is of him like not making the Final 4. Like, if you put $10 down, like, how much would you make if you didn't make the Final 4?
Dude, you probably make a fat payday, dude. A fat payday. It's probably like 1,000 to 1 odds he doesn't make it. Probably even higher than that. It's probably like 25,000 to 1. Something crazy, bro. Yeah. I don't see a scenario where he doesn't make it, man. We still got the Roval coming up. He's fast even on ovals. It's unbelievable how fast he is. Crazy. He didn't win this weekend, but he still had another top 5 finish. So.
Oh, he was looking at it though. Typical Bristol craziness though, right? Like, Zilich had a prime opportunity to win that race. Just craziness at the end.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not so sold on that whole strategy that him and a few of those guys took there at the end to make that pit stop on that towards the end of the race. I'm not a big fan of that pit decision. Creed almost made it work though. He almost won the race by doing it, but I didn't really like that whole. Actually, again, we got to shout out Creed one more time because, what did he run all race, like 20th? And he applies this strategy at the end to finish P2. If he ends up making it to championship 4, it's races like this that like you look back on, you're like, man, that was a terrible day. He's 7 above the cut line now, and if he didn't finish second, he wouldn't be there. So it's like, take your lumps, I guess. All right, let's talk about the Cup Series race. Tire wear madness. My favorite meme, I think, of the weekend, Tom, was the one where it said, let's put on the scuffs, and it showed like that stack of shredded tires sitting there. I feel like this came out of left field. Did you expect it? I didn't expect any tire wear.
I didn't. I didn't expect it at all.
Yeah, especially when they put the PJ1 on down, I was like, man, it's gonna be a one great groove track. This car sucks. It's cool. It's a night race. And then we get hit with tire madness. And I mean, you talked about it. What was it? Ty Gibbs pretty much led most of the race. They did a
Yeah.
great job. Zane Smith, I think he ran what, top 5 all race. Hocevar ran up at the front all day. Bowman had a fast car, ran up front all day. Uh, Different guys having different strategies. We'll talk about the guys that got eliminated. Let's talk about SVG. Great season, by the way. 4 wins. Had a huge gap there in the thing, but the rookie inexperience just
Your season is over.
just sucks, man. I saw it coming. I just was hoping that maybe, like, I was just like this feeling that I had. I was like, man, if he could just survive round 1, he's got the Roval. He could maybe make the round of 8 and that'd be a successful freaking year, man. But it's like,
Yeah.
still a successful year. 4 wins, still an opportunity to win another race. That's unfortunate. He had a terrible go of it. I think he spun multiple times. Didn't have the pace. Didn't have the speed. He looked like he was in an ML win situation anyway. It's unfortunate. Josh Berry. Who would have thought he was gonna DNF out of 3 straight races to start the playoffs, man? That's
Wild.
crazy to me.
Wild.
It was doomed before it even started. I think the best way to sum it up is that was him climbing out of that car when it was on fire. At the end of that, and he sat on the pit wall, and he just put his head down. I was like, "That? What'd you expect, dude? What'd you expect?"
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh man. Let's see. Who's the other ones that got Oh, Austin Dillon gets eliminated. Didn't have the pace. I mean, he was fighting an uphill battle to begin with. The other one is Bowman. Gets eliminated. Round of 16. Pit stop errors in 2 straight races. No speed at Darlington. No speed at where we were at last week. Gateway ends up having the speeding penalty, the pit road issues. This week, you had a winning race car. That pit stop call at the end there, Tom. I don't understand why they, on that green flag stop, they went for 4 tires. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just crazy.
I know. I was sitting there freaking calling it. 2 tires to win. 2 tires to win. And it just, and then on the restart, the final restart, chooses the wrong lane.
Yeah. Yeah, it chose the outside. Just, it was dumb. The whole thing was dumb, and I don't know. I'll say it. That whole team is in shambles. It's in absolute freaking shambles, man. They're gonna have to reconstruct that entire 48 team in the offseason. I hate to say it. They're gonna have to do it, man. That team is in
If he
is in absolute
survives.
trouble. Well, his
No.
contract has 1 more year on it. He signed through 2020.
Oh, does it? Oh, okay.
This next year is gonna be his final year, dude. Like, it's it. I mean, they're gonna have to basically go home run swinging, put on the rally caps, and see what they could do in 2027 because this is his last shot. It's over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll see how it all pans out. I wish this race would have played out green to the end there, Tom, because Kozlowski was on that alt strategy. Bell was on that alt
Yep.
strategy. They had about 10-second lead over Hocevar, who was kind of leading the pit cycle strategy. I would have loved to see that play out with those last 20 laps green and see if Kozlowski could have held on for the win.
Yeah.
I don't
That
know if
would've
he
been
would
cool.
have, but it would have been interesting to see. Chase Elliott ends up wrecking himself, basically. There's a lot of people blaming Nemechek online, and I've seen that replay, and Chase Elliott just kind of wanted to get to the bottom line, and Nemechek was there. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that whole deal, but I think he's the next round elimination. We'll talk about that more here in a second. Larson dumpster fire race. I mean, being hung money again. I mean, dude, he's cooked, bro. Indianapolis ruined his career, dude. I don't think he's ever gonna recover from it. He's done. I honestly can't see him winning another race in NASCAR, bro. It's like the death penalty, man. It's like I don't know what the hell happened to him. Like, it's crazy. Crazy. Denny Hamlin had a loose wheel again. How many of these damn loose wheels are we gonna see? It's getting frustrating, infuriating. I hate to see it. But Denny ends up wrecking. Comes out to the Law and Order theme song.
Oh, what a troll.
What a troll, man. What a troll. And then what was it? Cindric ends up catching on fire late in that race. he toughs it out, unlike Barry, stays in the car with the fire to be able to advance himself through the playoffs from a slim margin. It looked like a chance there that if he would have not finished that race, it looked like Bowman was going to maybe make it on points, just sneak in there. Cindric toughed it out. Hopefully he's feeling all right because that smoking inhalation, dude, that's no joke, bro. That's no joke. We'll see if he's all right. I haven't heard any reports or anything about it. But damn, that was some rough sledding. Christopher Bell, you said it. That restart, man. He picked the bottom lane and made it 3 wide. You called it before the restart even happened. Bell wins, man. This is the Christopher Bell we haven't seen in a long time, and then he just shows up and wins in a clutch moment. Man, gotta put. I mean, that's our championship pick in the offseason, Tom. I think we still got to ride with it. I mean, I feel like
I am.
yeah, I feel like he's gonna do it, man. Redemption, sweet redemption.
And it's almost the same thing every year. Like, he turns up for some events, acts like he doesn't even show up for other events. But like, even when he doesn't show up for other events, man, he's fast.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter where Chris Bell goes. Sometimes he just needs a little luck. But all the time, he's still pretty fast.
And I feel like there's a lot of tracks here that line up pretty well for him. He's good at Kansas. He's good this weekend at New Hampshire, maybe a precursor to my pick this weekend.
Yep.
And then obviously he's good at Phoenix. He's won there before. It seems like he's always got pace when they go there. This could be an interesting championship fight. There's a few tracks like the Roval could be a wild card, or Talladega obviously a wild card, but a lot of the other tracks, man, line up really good for Christopher Bell. He can make a charge of this championship. Looking at the standings, round of 12, we got 5 drivers eliminated after after these 3 races. Who do you have getting eliminated, man?
Okay, so
Talladega's not in this round, by the way. I just thought I'd mention that it's not in this round.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've got Elliott. I've got Larson. I've got Chastain and Reddick.
Okay. I agree with you on Elliott. I agree with you on Chastain. I don't know about Cindric. I think Cindric's out. I mean, the pace hasn't been there. I would probably swap him with Reddick. And then I'm conflicted here between Larson and Logano. But it's like, yeah, it's hard to bet against Logano, man. And what we've seen with Larson.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just really hard to go against Joey in these playoffs because they always find a freaking way.
Yeah. I think I'll put Larson out. I guess that the only thing I differ with you on is you've got
Reddick?
Cindric and I've got
I don't have.
Reddick in.
Oh yeah.
I think that's kind of a coin toss in itself. But look at how tight these points are, Tom. I don't think we've
They're
had a
pretty
playoff
tight.
this ever that have been this close. Like Hamlin's
No.
only 26 points from the cut line as a points leader. That's insane. That's a half a race, bro. That's 2 stages.
Yep.
This is gonna be one of the wildest championship battles we've seen in a while. I mean, the thing that sucks though is it's gonna be good all the way until Phoenix, and then Phoenix it's like one race. It's like there's no climax. It's like it all culminates in that in these 2 rounds, and it's like, oh, we get back to 10 race chase, man. I mean, can you imagine if we had the 10 race chase this year, bro? How good that would be, dude. It would be so good, dude.
Wild.
So good.
Wild.
And then I hate how, like, what is it? Denny Hamlin went on his podcast. I watched like a clip. There was somebody put like a short together, and he was talking about why do they reset the points each round? Like they should never reset the points each round. And people in the comments section were like, "It makes perfect sense. I don't understand why we don't why we have to reset the points every round. Like, why don't we just eliminate as we go?" And I'm like, so you're talking about the chase? Because that's what the chase was. It never reset. And it was natural elimination instead of forced elimination. So it's like, I don't know, man. It's just, the 10 race chase needs to come back. I'm okay with the stage racing as long as we take the cautions out. I'm okay with the format for the most part as long as we go back to a chase for the championship. And the win in your end, get rid of that bullshit. There's just certain things like that I just don't like. But what am I gonna do? I'm just an idiot on the internet. All right, Tom.
Same.
I think you should lead us off with the NASCAR monopolizing the charters, man.
Told you so. Told you so. That's. Has anybody been following Bob Pockrass on X? Of course, everybody follows Bob Pockrass. Yeah. So what was it? Some leaked documents on NASCAR's future plans regarding the monopolization of NASCAR and the purpose of the charters. To get rid of the teams and only keep them for namesakes. Have NASCAR pay the drivers, pay for the road crew, the shop crew, the spotters, haulers, pay for everything. A monopoly, like basic definition of a monopoly. Whether that's true or not, I don't really know, but like. There was literally no other outcome in my head thinking about this months ago, years ago, when the charter system first came out, leading up to this point. I'm starstruck that people are surprised by that, to be honest with you. It's a joke, really. And you just got zinged into thinking that NASCAR, they were the good guys.
It's ridiculous, man. I mean, right when the charters got put into place, and then we saw the first domino fall into place, which was Kaufman selling MWR's charters for like a stupid amount of money after he had gifted them, and he was leaving the sport anyway. And that's when it clicked in my brain that this isn't a good idea, guys. And then all it's led to is now a lawsuit, arguments, and
RWR and Legacy.
Crazy. I mean, unthinkable stuff to happen in modern day racing. Like the absolute value of this basically piece of paper. That's really all it is. I mean, a right to compete in your sport.
Yeah, is it even a piece of paper?
It's fictional. I mean,
like to me, it just seems like some code on an Excel spreadsheet. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. Oh man. And to think that NASCAR would just own everything is just mind-boggling to me. Just mind-boggling.
It's a joke. It's a slap in the face of the founders of the sport.
It's like, and the thing that blows my mind, if say we not monopolize this, how does free agency work? How do people innovate and hire new people if everything's paid by NASCAR? Like when NASCAR just decide like you didn't say the right thing in your interview, so we're firing you and we're bringing in another guy to replace you.
Well, also, you know, it's also the potential, not even the potential, because we see it now, the manufactured finishes of these races. I mean, it's slowly turning into WWE. The champions already chose before the start of the season.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, every single move is already mapped out. Every race is already mapped out. Every fluke thing that happens is already mapped out. Are you seriously gonna, like, is anybody gonna argue with me? Because it's literally happening in front of your eyes. I swear, like, I don't know. I mean, obviously, ignorance is bliss, but at this point, if you don't believe it, you're just dumb. I mean, you're just stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking like low IQ, like getting disgraced at Wendy's type of stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like. It's so frustrating.
I just don't know where the sport goes from here. Like I feel like the sport will be dead in December. Like when that trial or however that plays out is gonna determine what NASCAR is going forward forever. That rabbit will be out of the hat. You'll never put it back in.
Yep. But even at the allegations of what Bob Pockrass, a massive racing reporter on a social media platform, put out there, that should literally raise like the hairs on the back of your neck. Is NASCAR doing the right thing? The answer is no, they're not. And it's out there to see, and nobody has to hold them accountable because they're already in the end stages of monopolization.
Yeah.
So what do? You make a new series.
You have to.
That's it.
You have
What
to.
else do you do?
There's nothing else you can do. I mean, again,
Because
it goes
legally,
back to
they're in the right. Like in the eye of the law, in the eye of court, even on a federal level, they're in the right. There's nothing you can do.
no. It's crazy how the race teams came together and begged for this type of charter system to make value of their teams. And by doing that, in turn, gave all their power away.
Yeah.
That is the most karma-ridden thing I could ever think of, dude. That is so
That's
crazy.
hilarious. Yeah, you know what? I never thought of it like that or in that way, in that regard. But you know what? That's 100% right.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Like, honestly, what the team should have done instead of the charter system, they should have unionized. Like, that's what they should have done to begin with. Not, I mean, I don't know. There's so many wrong turns and left turns that just took this to where we're at now. And yeah, future of NASCAR is certainly uncertain.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
I really don't know what else to say. I mean, like, we've been talking about this since the introduction of charters. We've been in plenty of discussions with other people in regards to charters, and like we have been on our own island since this charter deal came out. I mean, slowly but surely people are joining that island, but it's too late. It's too late.
Way too late. It's beyond repair. I mean, once the charters got up to the price tag that they're at now, it's never gonna go down.
It's an elite, it's an elite high money club is what it is. It's just like there's no such thing as run what you brung anymore. There's no such thing as boys have at it. There's no such thing as, I mean, you could even say there's no such thing as, like bump and run or, I'm just beside myself, honestly.
Yeah, I'm with you. I agree. We could talk about this forever, but it's brain numbing at this point.
Yeah, it really is.
Alrighty, driver of the week nominees. Let's go. Jeremy Clements, P9 in the Xfinity Series race, ran pretty good all day long, stayed out of trouble. Zane Smith, P3, probably the best Cup Series race he's ever ran, probably will ever run. I mean, it was unbelievable. Corey Heim, P7. I know yet by strategy, but damn, finding a way to put himself at the front in one of the more challenging races of the year, to be honest. Bristol night race with white tire wear, pretty crazy. Boneheads of the week, Takuma Koga, self-clearing himself in the ARCA series. Caden Honeycutt dumping Tyler Ankrum in the Truck series, as well as Chase Elliott self-clearing himself in the Cup series this weekend. Alrighty, last part of the podcast, we're going to start previewing and giving our favorites and dark horse for this weekend's races. ARCA series at Salem, Trucks and Cup at New Hampshire, and then F1 is back this weekend at Baku for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, which I'm super excited about. Truck Series notable entries: Brent Cruz with Tricon in the 1, Patrick Emmerling, interesting, he'll be with Spire in the 7, Christian Eckes back with McAnally in the 16 this weekend, Connor Jones with Nice number 44, the LaJoy Dozer, he's back with Spire in the 77, and then Carson Quapple with CR7 this weekend in the number 97. The ARCA Series race at Salem, I'm gonna go Brennan Queen this weekend. Dark horse LeVar Scott. I'm just sticking with what I normally go with, and that's what I'm picking this weekend.
Yeah, I'm doing the same. For both favorite and dark horse, there's actually a lot of dark horses, you can choose, but like if you're not like part of the top 2 teams,
Yeah.
Who's gonna win that race? Who's gonna run good? I mean, everybody but freaking 4th, 5th place gonna go a lap down. Right?
You're not wrong. Or wreck.
Yeah.
Alrighty. And then Saturday, the Truck Series at New Hampshire, the EP.140. I'm going with Lane Riggs this weekend. Again, turning up at the right time of the year. These front road trucks are super good at these type of tracks. We saw what he did last year at Milwaukee. We've seen what he's done at Gateway. We've seen what he could do this weekend at Bristol, Phoenix, even. I think Lane Riggs is a really good championship favorite pick to battle against Corey Heim this year. I'm excited to see that. I mean, honestly, if the Truck Series comes down to Riggs versus Heim at Phoenix, I think we're gonna get exactly what we asked for as race fans. Uh, this is an opportunity for him to get more playoff points, more stage wins, and be able to build that gap in that round of 8 to be able to secure himself into that championship four, so we can see that epic battle come down at the end of the season. And then my dark horse, I'm gonna go Brent Cruz. I know it's not really that big of a dark horse. He hasn't won that in the trucks. He hasn't had that great of runs so far in the trucks. That number one Tricon truck has kind of been like a experiment this year. They've thrown a lot of interesting stuff at it, different drivers. They haven't had the pace compared to like the 15 and the 11. Even sometimes the flashes of the 17 out of that Tricon garage. Um, I think Brett Cruz has got a lot of talent. I think this is an opportunity for himself to put himself on the map this weekend in the Truck Series with a solid top 5, top 10 finish.
All right. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna go with yeah, I'm gonna go with my guy. I'm gonna go with Enfinger. Um, for all the same reasons. I'd normally pick him. I just think that he can make a race in it exciting. If it's not gonna be, a Riggs or a Majeski or a Heim, it could definitely be Enfinger. So, and then for my dark horse, I think, and I might take this with like a grain of salt, just a little bit, but I think Muniz is coming back.
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna go with Frankie Muniz.
Hell yeah, man. Malcolm in the middle.
Hell yeah.
Man, he's had a rough go at it with his NASCAR career so far.
I
man.
mean,
He
come
hasn't
on
had
though.
good
Look
equipment.
who he races for.
Yeah.
Like
I'd like to see. I mean, he's got some driver in him. You could tell. Let's see what happens.
the best thing about him though, he's got that Ford backing.
Yeah.
And maybe Ford will want to help him out a little bit.
Yeah, I agree. We'll see how that all pans out. I'll make my picks here on the IMSA or the Michelin Pilot Challenge Series race at Indianapolis. The Battle at the Bricks. I'm super excited about this race. I'm going to take BMW to win this weekend in Ground Sport. I think that this is a BMW weekend. We've seen the pace that they've had as of late. I think this track plays out into their favor. I'm going to go with the number 39. My dark horse, I'm going to go with the number 13 Mustang. Just because they've had an absolute rough year. They get ran over basically every week in the Michelin Pilot Challenge. Let's see if they can finish a race this weekend in a solid position. Maybe some strategy late in this race, like we always see in the Michelin Pilot Challenge Series. And then for TCR, I'm gonna go with the number 76 Hyundai. I'm a believer in that team. They've won just about every race this year. If it's not the 98, it'll be the 76. If it's not them, it'll be the 33. They've just been dominant this year. And then again, like always, that number 55 Cooper is my dark horse, man. That car is an absolute load. We'll see what it could do this weekend. See if it can actually finish the race. See if they have any pace. Maybe they've made any type of improvements here with their TCR program. Next, the Formula One Azerbaijan Grand Prix. One of the best wildcard events of the year on the F1 calendar. We've seen some craziness here, some upset winners, some drama, some wrecks. I mean, just anything and everything you could possibly think of has happened here at Baku. With that being said, this weekend is a Max Verstappen weekend, man. He is unbelievably fast. He's going to qualify up front. And this track isn't particularly one where you see a lot of overtakes. Turn one's about really your only good opportunity for an overtake because you got that long straightaway out the final corner. It's really narrow there. Max Verstappen is really good at making it wide. And the thing is we saw at Monza, I think we saw a weakness in McLaren's chink, man, in their armor. We saw a little kink in their armor with the whole shenanigans with Lando Norris. They're getting desperate. Their token child is looking like he's not gonna be able to secure this championship. They're trying to find any way possible to inch him back into this championship fight. And I could see a little bit of McLaren on McLaren crime this weekend, man. I could see Lando Norris pushing, getting desperate, maybe dive bombing Piastri into turn one, doing something stupid. It feels like that relationship at McLaren is on thin ice right now. It feels like, yeah, they're all getting along and being friendly, But the further we get into this championship fight and the more that gap kind of sits right there at that one race mark, you're going to see desperation out of Lando. You're going to see desperation out of that team. You're going to see maybe Piastri. He's been calm, cool, and collected under pressure thus far this season. When does he hit his breaking point? How many more races are they going to tell him to move out of the way for Lando? How many more races are they going to give him the shit strategy on the race for the race? When are they going to have his pit road incidents? How many more of these little things are going to keep piling up against Piastri before he hits his limit and he starts pushing back? And then it all falls apart. Everything breaks, and then it's chaos. And I think that's what we're going to see at the end of the season, Tom. I have a feeling we are going to see some chaos in this F1 season in regards to McLaren, whether it be Piastri having his kind of fringe limit, or we see desperation out of Lando. I think something big's going to happen with McLaren throughout the rest of the season. But I think this weekend, Max has got nothing left to race for. World Championship's done. Constructor Championship's done. He's just going to go collect trophies at this point in the season. And this is a track that hits his driving style perfectly. And I think that all the deficits and disabilities of this Red Bull car are going to be hidden at a track like Baku this weekend. One second. My headset died and I lost your audio. Sorry. Change headsets out. Okay. Mic check? No. I should have charged my headset last night. Let's see. All right, check. Now you know what? I'm having all kinds of difficulties. All right. You can hear me, but now I can't hear you.
Test.
Yep. I can hear you. We're good.
All right, dope.
Sorry.
All right. So, yeah, everything Jay just said, except I want to add one thing. Verstappen was fast at Monza, which is a low downforce, high-speed track. Azerbaijan also has a lot of aspects for low downforce, but also a lot of aspects for high downforce. I think that car, just in its natural form, has a lot of drag and just has the maybe has a little bit more cornering ability than other cars. I think that a track like Azerbaijan right now is a track that Red Bull can succeed in and even beyond. I don't think that Baku is going to be a place where Red Bull is going to struggle. But with that being said, basically Verstappen has to win every race, and Oscar Piastri has to have one bad race in order for Max Verstappen to win the championship. So here goes the most incredible run in F1 history, and we're witnessing it in 4K.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. But the likelihood of that is like 0.01%, but I'm here for it. Okay. So my favorite, I'm going with Verstappen. My dark horse, I'm not saying I'm losing faith. It could just be a rookie slump right now, but I'm gonna stick with him. We'll see. Really, we should be judging how he does next year. But with that being said, I'm gonna go with Antonelli.
Yeah, I like it. I forgot to give my dark horse. I was going to go Hadjar this weekend. I think he's been, for the equipment he's in, I think he's had the most impressive rookie year out of everybody. I mean,
yeah, it started out rough.
Yeah, it started out real rough. Bortoletto's had glimpses, but I'm 50-50 on Bortoletto. I mean, I can see the talent there, but I don't know. Like, I want to see more of a sample size. But Hadjar has exactly, like you said, it started out rough. but he's had an exceptional end to this season, building that momentum. We'll see how it progresses, but I think compared to all the rookies this year for the equipment they are in, I think Hadjar has definitely been the most impressive in my opinion. Um, Sunday, the IMSA series, the TireRack.com Battle at the Bricks. My favorite in GTP this weekend. I'm going with BMW. We talked about it the last round with BMW getting the win. I don't think the championship fight's over in IMSA this year. I think that BMW is going to fight this down to the bitter end with Porsche. They've shown a lot of pace as of late. Well, they've really shown pace all year, Tom. It's just been they can't find a way to finish these races or execute in the clutch. I mean, we go back to Long Beach. They dominated that race, and then they botched the pit strategy. They've had wrecks that were unforeseen. Machiavecchi the Rolex this year had a chance to win the race, and then ends up putting the car in through the tire barrier or through the inner or the bump stop in the back straight away and to damage the car. It's just things like that have really hampered the BMW, but I think BMW is comparable with Porsche. I think BMW has a great opportunity to win this weekend. Again, I think I know where your pick's going here. I think Acura's got a great shot too this weekend. I think Porsche looks beatable for the first time this year over the last two races. I think that I'm going to go on the side of I think BMW is just finally kind of figured it out, and they're going to make a push for this championship. And I think that's all there is to it. Then my dark horse, I'm going to go with the number 85 JDC Miller. Proton is done. Next best team. Let's go with JDC Miller. Seeing the weaknesses in Porsche as of late, maybe they can get themselves back up to the front of this field.
Yeah, to allude what Jay was saying, yeah, I'm going with Acura. Of course I am. I'm going with the number 93 for this weekend. And everything Jay said, I think Porsche does look beatable. I think BMW is probably the main competitor to that. But I think that on an outside chance, Acura is going to be there. And honestly, didn't we see something crazy happen last year at the Battle of Bricks?
Yeah, we had the rain. BMW
I can't remember
won this race last year because the rain came in.
Yeah, that's right.
Hit that strategy with fuel or the energy save. Yeah, it was a crazy race.
I mean, also, look, we're getting into fall time. Rain can happen anytime at Indianapolis. So, teams have learned pit strategies from last year in regards to the rain. I think that I have this feeling about Acura. I really do. So I'm choosing them. And then for my dark horse, man, if you're not choosing the 85, who you choosing, man? Like, for real. I think that they're just the coolest freaking thing other than Proton. I thought Proton was just the coolest damn thing for IMSA in the GTP series. RIP, big homies, but 85 is next.
Heck yeah. All right, LMP2. I mean, who do you pick in LMP2, Tom? I mean, LMP2 is a freaking shit show, wild racing. Anybody could win this weekend. I'm telling you, all the teams lined up on the grid in LMP2 can win this weekend. It's a 6-hour race. A lot can happen, which means we're probably going to see 8-10 different LMP2 cars spinning through a gravel trap, spinning through the grass, hitting a wall, having pit road issues, running each other over on restarts, missing wings, missing front bumpers, covers. I mean, just all kinds of shenanigans you can picture is going to happen this weekend with LMP2. We see it every race. With that being said, though, I'm just a huge fan of Puff the Magic Dragon, the purple dinosaur, the purple people eaters, AO Racing number 99. I'm taking them to win this weekend. They've shown a lot of pace, and it would be cool if they could wrap this year off with a couple crown jewel victories, including here at Indianapolis. Then my dark horse, I'm going Pratt Miller, number 73. Man, this season has been ups and downs. We've seen ebbs and flows. We've seen speed. We've seen pace. We've seen carnage. We've seen recovery. We've seen terrible strategies. I mean, it's just like anything you could think of this year with Pratt Miller has just been rookie slumps, rookie mistakes, rookie procedures. Everything just seems rookie about this team, but they've shown glimpses of speed, and that's what you need to see at this point of the year. And anything can happen in these LMP2 races, man. We could see Pratt Miller at the top step of the podium at the end of the night. We could see them being the first car eliminated 10 minutes into the race. You never know what's going to happen, so I'm going to go on the optimistic side just because I'm a huge fan of Pratt Miller and I want to see them succeed. They're great for motorsports. Let's see if they can get something done this weekend.
All right, my pick is just a big FU to IMSA because I'm going with the number 8 Tower. They screwed them over at Daytona. I don't even know where they're at in points, but I hope they win the ship because they deserve it. And then, yeah, you gotta take the hometown hero, right? You gotta take the hometown hero for your dark horse. That's the number 73 Pratt and Miller. I want them to win a race this year. I think it's wholly justified too.
Hell yeah. I think it could happen this weekend, man. I think this is the weekend that we could see that Pratt Miller team finally put it together. Be excited to see. GTD Pro. I'm gonna go with the number 4 Corvette. My boy Tommy Milner. I'm gonna pick them for their every race till he's not driving for them anymore. I don't give a damn. I think he's just a freaking character, and Ameson needs a guy like that. Let's keep the momentum rolling. Corvette. They won the last round at the GT Challenge at VIR. It was the number 3 car, the sister car that won. Why not the 4 car this time? Maybe it's their turn. With as many times they've gotten ran over by BMWs this year, maybe it's their turn to throw the shade back at BMW and get her done this weekend. And then my dark horse, that number 14 Vassie Sullivan team. It cannot be a completed year until we see them put that dump truck in victory lane. I think it could happen this weekend, man. I'm pulling for it. If Vassie wins, I'll feel like we won the damn Super Bowl over here. I'm gonna be super excited to get it done. I'm gonna be glued to the TV, pulling for him for all my freaking will and want and hopes, man. Please get it done this weekend, Vassie. Come on, man.
All right, so for my favorites, special shout out to the number 4 crew, but I'm taking the number 64 purely just because of the amount of shit I have given them in the previous years. I'm here to eat crow. If I'm wrong, I will do it, and I have been wrong. um, um, yeah, I don't even know what their chances are this weekend because I just, yeah, they won Daytona. Who cares? so and then for my dark horse, I'm going for the homer. That's the number 14 Vessi Soli.
Hell yeah. And then for GTD, I'm gonna go with the number 27 Harder Racing. I think it's gonna be a duel between the Ferrari, it's gonna be a duel between the Aston Martin and the BMW. It's gonna be those 3 cars at the front of the field in GTD this weekend. I don't really know about Windward. I want to take them for just lots of obvious reasons with some of the hate that they've gotten this year through IMSA. But I don't know, man. I'm just skeptical about the Mercedes this weekend at Battle of the Bricks. I just don't know if they're gonna have the pace. Aston Martin. These are the types of tracks we see Aston Martin just absolutely ball out on. Their driver lineup is extremely experienced. I just can't vote against Harder Racing this weekend. This is kind of like a coming out party, I feel like, for them. We didn't see the pace in the World Endurance Championship round at COTA that I thought we'd see. So maybe they learned something. The BOPs are kind of interesting in IMSA. They're with the revolving, and they haven't hit like a lot of the GTD cars too hard this year. It feels like it's been super competitive, but I think Aston Martin gets the dub this weekend. And then my dark horse, I'm going with the number 66 Ford, and that's purely because Joey Hand's driving this weekend. I'm a huge Joey Hand fan. I just want to see that number 66 Gradient Ford end up on a podium somewhere. See Joey Hand get a victory he deserves, especially if he wins. Then we can post it so all the NASCAR fans can eat crow about not knowing who the hell he was and saying he was undeserving at that Chicago street course race a couple years ago.
All right, so for my favorite, I actually did have the Harder Racing down, but I forgot. IMSA also screwed over Windward for their biggest comeback award for the Daytona race.
Yeah.
Which might sound petty, but you know what? It's not petty to me. So I'm choosing them as a big FU to IMSA as well. We'll make it 2 for 4 with that pick. So I'm going with Windward. And then for my dark horse, I'm going to hit the homer again. Wait, can I? They haven't won a race this year, have they?
They won one, but it was like right at the beginning of the season on a strategy call. So I would still consider
well, that's
them a
not fair.
dark horse.
Yeah, but they still won a race. That's not fair. All right. I mean, I'll do the Ford again. Yeah, I'll do the Ford. Just going back to my GTD Pro argument, it's just because I talked a lot of shit and I'm here eating crow. So I'll go with I'll go with the 66 Ford.
Watch Ford just sweep the weekend, man. Just kick everybody's ass.
Right.
I wouldn't be surprised. That would be crazy.
Deserving.
The GTD Pro class has been super entertaining this year, man. I feel like we got a good mix of drivers and teams that are competing in the championship for the GTD Pro. GTD is just kind of like it's, last year. It felt like GTD was better. This year, Pro is better. We'll see how it plays out this weekend. I'm excited. 6-hour race at Indianapolis. It doesn't get any better than that. IMSA Racing. Got 2 rounds left in the championship, guys. It feels like the season's ending, man. We got NASCAR playoffs going on. IndyCar has already wrapped up their season. 2 rounds left in IMSA. 1 more round left in the World Endurance Championship. F1's heating up for their final push to the title. I mean, it's crazy how fast this year's gone by. Unbelievable. All right, and then Sunday we got the Cup Series race, the Mobile 1 301 in New Hampshire. Is there any other pick than the guy that dominates New Hampshire? Any era of car that he's driven at New Hampshire, he's dominated it. Go back to Xfinity trucks, whatever the hell he's driven there. Dude, it's Christopher Bell, dude. He's on a heater right now. Momentum's a thing. And now he's going to, like, arguably probably his best track on the entire circuit. Christopher Bell, championship statement this weekend. Locks himself in the round at 8. Then my dark horse, I'm going with John Hunter Nemechek. That legacy team has absolutely impressed the hell out of me these last 5-6 weeks. Seems like every week it's either Jones or Nemechek and or both up there in the top 10 battling at the end of the race. And it's like you turn top 10, or they've turned 20 place finishes into top 10s on a consistent basis. Now can they turn top 10s into consistent top 5s? And once you start turning top 5s into wins, I mean, you're there. I mean, if you can start running top 10 consistently, you're there. You're on the cusp of finding victory. Why not John Hunter Nemechek this weekend? I'm going to say even better than a top 10 finish. I'm going to say Nemechek is a top 5 contender at the end of this weekend's race.
All right, I'm doing the same. I mean, there are a couple good picks for this weekend. I mean, obviously, I think the best is Bell. Denny Hamlin, you definitely got to take that into consideration. You know, some other drivers. Man, I'm not like really thinking of any.
Probably like Briscoe, maybe a Blaney. You never know about Logano.
I don't know, man. I just don't have that feeling. All the drivers that used to be good here are either stuck in crap equipment or are gone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I'd love to say Kyle Busch right now.
I know.
I really would. Yeah, but that reality is far gone. Far gone. All right, so I'm just gonna stick with Bell here. And then for my dark horse, I'm gonna go with Priest. And Priest, this is his home track. Yeah, it's his home track. Short track ace. RFK struggled this year for sure. A lot more than what we expected. I mean, we really expected RFK to get 3 cars in and show speed on a consistent basis. It just has not been their year. I don't really know. It's just kind of weird. But sometimes you progress, sometimes you regress. I mean, they did grow to 3 cars. I mean, growing pains. We saw that all the time with Kyle Petty. Richard Petty's team, growing from 3, going back down to 1 to 2 to 1 to 3 to 1, and every time they had 1 car out on track, man, they were fast, but every time they'd get more than 1, man, they were dog water. So maybe that's just something that RFK is just, finding and working on, that, whether it's just, I don't know, more R&D, more people, better engineers, whatever it may be. I'm not speculating at all. I don't know. But I think that Priest's just pure driving ability and being his home track and what he's known for. I mean, this is a great opportunity for him to show out this weekend and even potentially win a race.
Yeah, I exactly. I'm putting him on my fantasy lineup. I think that's a great pick. I think he'll be a top 5 contender in this race as well. And speaking about fantasy, I've got Bell, obvious reasons. I'm going to put Bubba in there. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I think Bubba Wallace might be a threat for Championship 4 this year. He's been super consistent. Doesn't make a lot of mistakes. I think this track's going to be interesting. We're going to get a good feel of his championship efforts this weekend. Will be kind of the telltale sign. I'm going to go Briscoe. That 19 team qualifies up front. They're going to give me good points. I'm going to go Blaney. I know you're skeptical about it, but damn, dude, I can't count out Blaney on any type of short, flat track. Especially, just feels like, I don't know, Blaney's going to be a championship 4 contender. I'm already calling it now. I've already got Bell and Blaney. Those are my 2 locks, I feel like. And then I'm going to take Priest. I feel like Priest is a top 5 guy.
Yeah. I'm gonna go Priest, Bell, Briscoe. Purely Briscoe, just because of the freaking streak he's on right now. It's insane. I'm gonna take Blaney for this weekend. He's on a pretty good streak too. I don't really remember him being like incredible here. But we'll see. And then I'm going to take Denny Hamlin as well, just because it's Denny Hamlin. He's either going to put it in the wall or he's going to win the race. So, yeah.
Facts. All right, next are matchups: Bell and Hung versus Hung Money. This is easy, man. I'm going Bell.
Easy. It's so freaking easy. So freaking easy.
No thought into that one at all, dude. Just click the button, move on. Yeah.
Like, you don't even need to have like an IQ above 50 to like realize the correct answer here.
I agree. I feel like same as with this next one too. Briscoe versus Elliott. I mean, this is easy click. Briscoe. Yeah.
You don't even need a GED for this one.
Yeah, I agree. And then I think the best 2 matchups are this last 2. This one's interesting. Blaney versus Bubba. I want to take Bubba on this one so bad over Blaney, but I have to see it before I can buy into it. I can't remember a time that Bubba ever ran good at New Hampshire. And I know that team's on a heater, that team's fast, they're going to be fast this weekend. I just have to see the proof in it, man, before I can pick them. If they do good this weekend against Blaney and he ends up outperforming Blaney, I'm going to pick him every matchup for the rest of the year because I think he'll be a legit championship 4 contender. I think this weekend's a big litmus test to see how good that 23 team really is and if they have a chance to even make a run at this title. So I'm going to take Blaney over Bubba just for the skepticism there.
Yeah, I'm not buying into anything. I'm taking the 12. I'm not as big as a believer right now. I'm really not.
Okay.
Not at this point. Maybe in the future. I mean, you never know. Drivers tend to turn up at weird times, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, it's like is the wool being pulled over my eyes or is this like legitimate? It's hard to tell, bro. It's hard to tell. I mean, we've seen enough consistent runs in a row, but is it like a fluke?
Well, we've seen some really good consistent runs out of Bubba Wallace, even in previous years. But the problem is it's a high pressure situation. Bubba tends to break down in high pressure situations. Lost plenty of races that way. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, of course, in order to instill some trust, you got to go through it first. I think he's started that journey, but like has never finished a journey yet.
Yeah.
I just to me there's confidence that that 23 car can finish good, but will it?
Yeah, it's hard to say. It's hard to say. Could be a fart in the wind. It could be a championship drum.
All right.
You never know. You never know. All right, the next one is Logano versus Chastain. I'm just not buying Trackhouse right now, man. I'm off Trackhouse. I think a lot of it has to do with bringing in a rookie with SVG who's learning, Suarez who's overrated, and I think the next year when they bring in a Zilich, I think it's going to change the team for the future. It's going to be hard to see what the rookie year does or even the sophomore year, but I think Zilich is going to build and be the future of this team, and they're going to be having fast cars for years to come. It's just going to take a little bit of time, especially with SVG. I think he's learning, but it's just taking time. And I think that, congratulations to Chastain. He made it to the round of 12. He put that car on his back this year, but I think he's cooked. I'm taking Logano this weekend, dude.
Yeah, actually, you know what? I kind of think like this is the best matchup out of all 4 of them. Look, you've kind of got a struggling 22 team and a struggling 1 team. You know what I mean? And really, out of both stables, those cars, their teammates have more wins than them, and it's almost like, is it a team thing? Is it a driver thing? I don't really. Well, it's a driver thing for sure. on some aspects. But like, I don't know. I feel like I don't know. You go either way with this. And the only reason why I'm choosing the 1 over the 22 is because we have the same picks for everything. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just gonna, do the old switcheroo here, and I'm just whatever. I'm taking the 1.
Alrighty. I mean, yeah. I mean, they're not doing themselves much favor on this NASCAR fantasy stuff, man. It's pretty easy to kind of lay it out for here at the end.
Yeah.
All right, that's all I got on this podcast on this Tuesday, man. Do you have anything else you want to add?
Yeah. Let's talk about your race weekend.
Yeah, man, that was fun. We didn't
Yeah.
run as good as we wanted to, but we've learned a lot. We got it fast by the end of the weekend, where we were in competitive position. But unfortunately, had a lap one incident, caused some damage. Had a little bit of overheating issues continuing on. But damn, dude, Tom had that thing rolling. I mean, we did everything, man. We changed everything on that
Yeah.
car. It felt like, but I felt like we got a good baseline now. We're fast.
Yeah. We're working on it. I think though, for real, I think we really nailed that front end setup. I think that rear end's just a little jacked up, but we gonna fix it.
We gonna fix it. Oh yeah, we got a
So,
long off season to
uh,
fix it.
yeah, yeah. So you're re-racing again in 26?
Yeah. Yep.
You done for
26.
25?
25 is a wrap. Um,
It's a
unless
wrap.
something changes in the next 3 months, which I doubt it, but looks like 2025 is a wrap. We're gonna go hard in 2026, and I think my goal in 2026, dude, is run more races and be more prepared
Yeah,
for the 208. You know, if we run 5, 6 races before we ever get to the 208, we'll have a lot more um now knowledge, more experience, more data information, where we can really make a run at a solid top 5 finish at the 208 this next year.
yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think you've got it. I think we're still learning about the car. I think the car held together pretty well, though. I think that it gave us some really consistent results based upon multiple runs. But like, it's just figuring out what the car likes, really, and
Yeah.
then also what you like.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Gaining
once we
experience on
align
both
those
ends.
two, yeah, once we align those two, I mean, it's game over for these hoes. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
dude, for sure. Once we get this thing dialed in and we get comfortable with the driving style of the car and then also with the setup and what the car likes, oh, dude, we're gonna be untouchable.
yeah, we'll get it done.
Yeah. Just need more experience.
So,
That's all it
anyways,
is.
sponsorship for Mac Electric is open. The Mac Electric 88.
Hell yeah.
Anybody want to put a logo on a race car? There you
Yes,
go.
sir. Yep. Hit us up. You can contact us through our YouTube. You can contact us through our email. If you guys want to sponsor a race car in 2026.
Hmm.
Oh man. Alrighty. That's it. That's all I got for this awesome Tuesday. Great racing this weekend. Got some great racing this upcoming weekend. Uh keep the keep it rolling. I did talk about maybe let's do here in a couple weeks, Tom. We'll do a podcast on an IndyCar season recap or review. We'll do some driver grades for the IndyCar drivers. There'll be a weekend here shortly where we can fit that in on a segment and kind of do that. I would like to do that, especially with the different stuff that we saw this year in IndyCar. Maybe plan on that here in a couple weeks. We'll do another podcast with driver grades for IndyCar. Uh, watch parties. We might be able to bring those back here this winter time when everything kind of settles down. It's been a hectic, 4 or 5 months for us, Tom. I mean, damn, dude, we've been
Yeah,
running like crazy. Tom's
very.
been out of town every weekend. I've been busy working on race cars and working my day job. And I think when we get down to these last few months, we'll probably get a couple more watch parties. Maybe no voted watch parties. Maybe me and Tom will just sit down and maybe make a list of maybe 3 or 4 races we want to do watch parties for here at the end of the year, and maybe we'll bring those back for you guys. Those are a lot of fun. I miss doing them, and now that we got a little bit of free time on our schedules, we'll see if we can make something like that happen for you guys. And then obviously when we get to the off season, we'll have a ton of awesome topics to go over. We'll have the lawsuit in December. We'll have probably a whole podcast dedicated to that. Driver grades for NASCAR. We'll do driver grades for Formula One as well in the off season. Then we'll do obviously our off season previews and predictions. We'll do our off season bonehead of the week segment. We'll have our year end recap and review stuff that we always do. A lot of stuff to look forward to up in the coming future here on this channel. We're gonna have a lot more time to dedicate to this channel here in this next few months. We've kind of neglected it. Oh, especially me. I've neglected it a lot. Been so busy. I'm gonna try and get this channel rolling up again. Go hard on it for a couple months here during this winter time, and especially in the fall when it gets cold and I don't want to be outside. So, lots of stuff to look forward to. We're coming back, boys. We're gonna make it happen. Alrighty. Uh, Thanks for joining me, Tom. Out of town. Thanks for everything this weekend. I had a blast. It was fun and another great podcast. If you guys want to support our channel, make sure to follow us on all of our social medias. All those links are in the description below, as well as on the screen for you guys to go follow. We appreciate all your support. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell to stay up to date with everything upcoming on this channel, as well as the like button on this video to keep it in the algorithm so other people can witness us idiots talk about racing every Tuesday here on the internet. Also, a link in the below to our Discord channel. Come join our Discord. All the rumors, news, drama, memes, everything to relate with any motorsport around the world right here on our Discord. Come post your own stuff in our Discord. We'd like it when you guys do that. We'll interact with you guys. We'll comment back to stuff that you guys post. We really appreciate when you guys do that. We're building the best race community on the internet. As well as a link below to our merch store where you can buy some Dega Boys swag, support the boys. All those profits and proceeds go back to help us continue to make content for you guys here on YouTube. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We really appreciate it. We're back. We're swinging. And we'll be back next Tuesday for another awesome edition of the Full Send Mast podcast. Thank you guys so much again for tuning in. Hopefully, you guys had a good weekend. Enjoy this upcoming weekend of races, and we'll catch y'all in the next one. Have a great rest of your week.